in the picture this time.
Hi, all you cool quilters and cross-stitchers. I'm Emily.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Eddie.
And we're Primrosecottagequilts.
And Stitches.
And Stitches.
Welcome back to our channel. We have a lot to share today. Sorry, Zoe's hacking up a lung back here. We tried to hold the dogs, but they wouldn't cooperate. So, anyway.
They just wanted the treat and go.
Yeah, it's like we get this out and they're like ready for a treat. Yeah, we have a lot to show, quilting and cross stitch related. So I guess we'll get right into it. First of all, we got the sweetest email. I want to mention this first because it totally made our I haven't responded to her yet because I was out of town. But Marcia C. She sent us the sweetest email. She was so kind and totally made our whole month, week, year. So sweet.
All of our customers are just so sweet.
Yes.
She really just.
She took the time and emailed us a sweet note, and
it was so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate it.
Always makes everything worth it when you have such awesome people.
And we do get emails once in a while or little notes in my messages, and I appreciate it so much. We feel so loved.
Yes.
And we just feel really blessed because we get to do something we love and we get to share it with you. So thank you so much. Shut this, I can smell the dog treats. Okay. So first off, we'll talk about, we kind of fell behind on our little block of the month or week or whatever we're doing. The very Coriander Christmas. But we're trying to catch up. We just did our block. Me and Emily just finished ours this morning because we're slackers. It's called Share a Smile block. And Em, you want to go first?
Sure.
We are using Lori Holt fabrics, all of us.
Yep.
So nice.
We're gonna try and let you guys see the things for longer because when we rewatched last time, I feel like we were super fast about it.
Yeah.
And kind of tell you what we used. So this is my block. I went with a pink, aqua, and red color scheme.
That's really pretty.
I actually made a quilt using the same color scheme. I'll have to get it out maybe next time. It's a sampler quilt, and it actually was super pretty. I did it probably 4 or 5 years ago, and it reminded me of this quilt block. I actually really loved this block. I thought it was super pretty.
It is pretty.
And I'm actually happy with my color choices on this one. It's been a while since I've been happy with my blocks. Mom?
And this one's mine.
Cute.
So.
Yours looks very folly. I love it.
It's hard not to look folly with that bundle of fabric. There's a lot of yellows and greens and oranges in it.
Yeah.
And so,
It's going to be interesting to see.
I think
together. What I want to do, because I was thinking about this as I was making my block, each of us get our quilt done, quilted, and we each stand with our quilt holding it and get a picture with all three. Because they're all going to look so
we'll have
different.
To do that outside and have someone take a picture.
No, I want to do that because it's a sampler quilt and it'll just all look different because we all pick different fabrics. So even the same line, but just different places where we put the colors.
It's been fun.
So next, I posted this week. There's a new line from Poppy Cotton called Woodland Songbirds. If you haven't heard of Poppy Cotton, it's a relatively newish fabric company. Their lines are really
they're real
soft colors, and they all really blend well with each other. You can tell it's the same designer, and you could definitely use fabrics from different lines, and This one, they sent me some fabric. Sorry, it's not completely binded. But we used the Rosewood star block. We did 16-inch blocks.
Yeah, it turned out cute.
So, originally, also this quilting pattern is my new favorite. I don't know what.
My book. Sorry, continue.
Okay. I love the texture of this quilting pattern. It's a new one I just got. I can't remember the name of it, but so originally my mom was going to make the the dogs are fighting. Not really, but the 24-inch blocks, but we only had a fat quarter bundle, and you can't make these big pieces right here. You can't get all the pieces from one fat quarter if you're doing the 24-inch block. If you're doing the 16-inch block, you can.
Yeah.
And
I
Emily
want to make a quilt. With
well,
just
Emily
16.
started her quilt. You want to show your block?
Yeah.
She's doing the 24-inch block. So you want to tell them what you're doing?
It's for my bed. I'm doing it scrappy black and white and gray. And this is my first block. And I love how it turned out. And so Lindsay was super sweet.
Do you have your bundle to show?
No, where my bin? I don't know where my bin is.
Oh. Well, I went on a little trip this last weekend, and I stopped at a quilt shop, Corn Wagon Quilt Company in Springville, Utah, and I bought her
More black, white,
white, and gray fabrics.
Because we don't have like that much.
Shoot, has it been there long?
My lunch. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
Okay.
fine. I don't care.
It's real. We're real here. She literally just ate.
I was like, hurry and eat. There's a little bit of mac and cheese. It's fine. Yeah, we don't have a ton of black and white and gray, so she went and picked more out for me.
Me and Hannah went, and it's a really cute quilt shop. You should stop there if you're in the area. They have a lot of fabric, so they're really nice there, and they have I love that they have, it's not just like modern fabrics. They have a lot of Civil War. They have 30s. They have very modern. I think they did, because when I went there was another building called the Corn Wagon Quilt, like Mercantile or something. Mm-hmm. I didn't end up going in there because Hannah wasn't feeling great. And so we just made a quick stop in the main building. But I'm thinking they expanded. And then also they moved their, like, they used to have like embroidery and cross stitched downstairs, because it's like an old house almost. So cool inside. But they moved it upstairs where like their classroom was, and they have a ton of wool. If you love doing wool projects,
that's cool.
Do they still have a lot of cross stitch stuff? Like the
I didn't see a lot of cross stitch, but they had a lot of embroidery floss. I didn't really, like I said, Hannah wasn't feeling great, so I didn't take my time to really like browse. Definitely a go-to if you're in Utah County visiting. So
nice.
We love visiting quilt shops when we can. So anyway, so she's making a whole quilt out of that Rosewood star.
It's a big.
I'm gonna do a sewalong.
So
I know I mentioned it. It just hasn't come to fruition yet, but I think I'm gonna make it because I've collected my Coriander, and I think I'm gonna do the 16-inch blocks and do a bed quilt. It's time I get a new bed quilt. My one right now is a Bonnie and Camille, and it's been through the ringer. It's so heavy. I love it, but
didn't we double bind?
We double batted it. We did 2 layers of batting, so it's really heavy.
I want to do flannel on the back.
Yeah.
Because I don't like cotton. Like I do, but I prefer.
Yeah.
There's
flannel.
nothing like a flannel backing, and I keep getting messages about flannel backings. I don't know if people just didn't realize you could back a cotton top with flannel back.
Oh, I love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I would if you've never done it, try it. I know people worry about shrinkage with flannel. You can pre-wash your flannel if you want. I've never been a pre-washer, but I will say I was making a flannel quilt for my dad last year, and I got Moda flannel, and their flannel is very high quality, but there was something with their flannel, I was like allergic to it, and so my mom ended up finishing it for me. But I think once it's washed, I'll be fine. But the fibers, it's so soft, and I'm not sure what their process is, but I love working with Moda flannel. By far, I think it's the softest flannel. My Halloween quilt, though, we went to Joann's, and I just bought Joann's flannel, and it was on sale. So
yeah, because you can feel it, and you can see what is a little bit better quality than others.
And I picked one that was really soft.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I haven't had an issue, and I haven't washed my quilt yet. So, all right. Anyway, so let's move on to.
Did you want to show that?
Yeah. We have some mini charm packs of Fig Tree Christmas, and so my mom whipped this up yesterday. We'll have kits for this. It's my P is for present pattern. You could totally make this into a whole quilt, and it would be amazing. Like do like 12
or do like 3
like
for
3
a
by
runner.
3 and do a table topper, do a runner.
Yeah.
But the kit will just be a little topper. These are perfect gifts. Put a hot cocoa mug with it. It's perfect Christmas gift for family, friend.
That's cute.
So
Very cute.
So I've been on like trying out new designer patterns and just wanting to sew from other designers. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not used to it. Like, I'm used to how I write patterns, and so it really made me use my thinking cap. But I made this. It's a Sherry Falls pattern, Feathered Friends. I used all Lori Holt fabric. We did have some kits. I think they're pretty much sold out now, but I used that same quilting pattern that I just said is my favorite. It's has such a great texture to it. So yeah,
very cute.
It was really, it took me a long time to make, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of pieces, but I think what took the longest was cutting it because there are so many pieces. So that did take forever. But there are really tiny pieces, like the leaves here. They're 3-inch blocks. So those are 1.5-inch squares. 1 inch finished. So overall, I thought it was fun. You want to talk about this, Maja?
This is another one. You'll have to say who.
Cluck Cluck Sew.
Yeah, Cluck Cluck Sew. So Lindsay had bought the patterns, and she's like, let's do something different. And so she did. She's like, let's do the black background and everything. And again, it was really fun to. I'm so used to Lindsay's way of writing. It was kind of fun to see somebody new and see how they write and to follow along their pattern. And this one was this one was pretty good to do. So we did do kits with this, and I'm not sure if we have.
We're sold out.
And we're sold out on them, unfortunately. But boy, it's
a good scrappy if you have scraps.
If you've got a lot of scrap Halloween, I mean, each of the pumpkins only took like what fat eighths.
Well, it did say you can use layer cake squares.
Yeah,
cool.
And cut them up.
But yeah, it was really fun to do, and it was really cute.
I'm making
cute.
This is on the docket for next year. I just love Halloween. Like, I could make everything Halloween, but an all white pumpkin quilt with a black background. I am collecting white, low volume, and cute Halloween prints for next year.
Yeah, that'll be cute.
You should collect them too, and then we can sew together. That was a really fun make. We had a lot of people love that one.
Yeah.
Last week was Free Pattern Friday. The pattern was called To the Nines. I named it that because it's 9 patches, and it's really simple. It uses mini charm packs, but you could easily use a jelly roll. This is the quilt.
It actually, I think, would be really cute in 30s because it's such an old-fashioned look to it.
It does look old-fashioned. It looks like something you would see at like a vintage quilt. I think it would be amazing to make like an entire quilt. Like
Especially
I said,
if you've got a lot of scraps and they're 2.5-inch squares.
yeah. This would be a great, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but a leader and ender quilt. So if you don't know what that is, basically when you start sewing, you always start with a leader and an ender, and instead of just using a scrap of fabric, you have squares sitting next to your sewing machine. So for instance, you would keep 2.5-inch white squares and 2.5-inch 9 squares, and as you're sewing, just sew a block as you're doing this, and then you have a leader and ender quilt in a few months that you're kind of slowly working on. And
she never does leader.
I don't. I'm really bad at doing leader.
She's
She's a leader and ender person.
I've converted. I
and,
like it.
You know, and I never used to be. There was
You never lift your foot.
Yeah, it's, you know, I always left my foot and did that, and then I met a gal a few years back that taught me what
leaders and enders were.
What leaders and enders were, and I was hooked.
Yeah,
I can't sew without them.
Yeah, she has her little pile next to her machine,
and they get so hard with sewing that I throw them away.
You need to do a leader and ender quilt. What if you did this? You should cut up your 2.5-inch 30s stash.
Yeah.
That would be fabulous.
Well, I actually, Lindsay was gone all weekend because she went up north to see her in-laws and stuff. And so I was the dog babysitter person. And so I did a lot of sewing. And while I was sewing, I turned on the TV and I listened to the Lori Holt YouTubes that she's done.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just say I'd love to be as organized as that woman?
She is amazing.
That is just so inspirational to sit there and
talking about it yesterday.
Oh my gosh. And you know, all my 30s is in all these big tubs, and I just I would love just to have that organization and that time to do that, because that was amazing.
Well, if you think about it, if it's already cut and prepared, because she cuts all of her fabric up. Once she's like done with a piece, she cuts it into like 2.5-inch squares, 3.5-inch squares, and so forth. Like she has certain ones. Just imagine it already being cut. You don't have to take the time to cut it.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, it's genius, and I wish we could all be as organized as Lori Holt.
It would make life easier, but
yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to grab that pattern, the crisscross? I'll show it. I won't show the quilt yet because she's working on it, but I just saw that and was like, oh. So I did just get a new pattern printed. It's called Crisscross. This is another kind of like traditional vintage inspired quilt. It has the granny square and the chain blocks. The fabric is a new fabric by Christopher Thompson. It's called Blue Stitch, and so it's like a blue and gray palette. It's very pretty. My mom is working on the actual quilt right now, so we'll show it, but I'll list these in the shop. The quilt's 66 by 66, and it's fully illustrated. This is what my pattern looks like. If you want to, we've been talking about showing kind of how I do my patterns, so look for that. Hopefully by next time we'll have it share the quilt. Yes. All right. Next. Oh, okay. I am in love with this, you guys, and
we're gonna sell out like extremely fast.
So you know, gingham is like really big right now. Everybody is loving gingham everything, and I wanted to get in on the action because I love it just as much. And so we got this fabric in. Sorry, my nose like really itches right now. Squirrely Girl by Bunny Hill for Moda, which the most adorable autumnish line.
Cute.
There's the cutest squirrels. Okay, so I loved the brown tones. They were so pretty. Sorry. We'll just hold it here while they bark. Let's put a close-up of the cute little squirrel print. So what it is you have the gingham center here, and then a flying geese border with star cornerstones. This is, I believe, about 30 by 30, so a perfect table topper. I'm printing a pattern for the table topper specifically in a card format like I did my Spooktacular stars, so I'm sending that off to the printer hopefully today. And then I'm working on sizing it up to like a bed size pattern. I just want to make sure I get everything right and dimensions, and because I can't just like say, okay, these are going to be 10-inch squares now. I want it to all look proportional. So I've been working on it. So you can expect that pattern in the coming month. But this pattern, we will list the kits today. You'll just get a printed copy of the instructions if you get a kit. And then I'll also list digital patterns if you just want to download a digital pattern. So
it was really easy to make. It was fast.
Christmas one is on the docket.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be making a Christmas one.
So cute.
Yeah. It turned out adorable.
Yeah. And it uses that gingham that everybody loves. The pattern's called Gingham Goodness. My friend Mandy, who we're wearing her shirts today.
Yes.
She does shirts.
Thanks, Mandy.
Thank you.
She helped us name
it.
the pattern. We could not come up with a name, and then I was like, what do you think? And so
we'll link her shop for the shirts.
We love her shirts.
And her Instagram.
Yes. They are so comfortable.
Yeah.
And
my mom doesn't wear t-shirts.
I know.
So I just got her that one.
Yes. I like the V-neck. I don't like feeling like I'm choked.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mandy.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
We
So Mom has a cup. Do you have both of your quilts? Or do you just showing this one?
I just showing this one. While Lindsay was away, I decided to
use the quilting machine.
On my own, which is this one
Roll
here.
on out of here.
It's this one here. It's called New Harmony. I made it last year at Christmas, and I just had it stashed because I knew I wanted to quilt it for this year. And I'm not sure, you'd have to say who the fabric's from.
The fabric is various prints from Riley Blake. Most of them are basics. So this dark green, the red, the gingham was a basic. I don't think they're doing that anymore.
But who's
this was last year, Merry and Bright.
And is this Merry and Bright too?
Yes, and the little center was Merry and Bright. This, I think, was a Moda.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a mishmash of other.
And a lot of people aren't a big fan of pink in their Christmas, but I was like,
oh, I love it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll do it. And it was funny because I made pillowcases last year to match, but I never got it quilted, and so I got it quilted. And then the back is just
the pink snowflake.
The pink snowflake. So I just need to bind it. I've got the binding on it, so it will be a night of binding.
Pattern is available in paper and PDF.
Yeah. It's a fast,
it's a big quilt.
Yeah. They turn out really nice and big.
I
get on it, dear Emily.
I tied my jean quilt while she was gone, but I'm gonna wait to show it because it needs to be trimmed around the edges and binded. And it's really funny. So the jean quilt didn't really have like a guide to tie it. So at the beginning, it's really close together, and then by the end, it's really far apart. It's okay. But I was like, who cares? It's a good grass outside park quilt that I can just throw in the car. So
I helped her put it on, and
it's not fun. It's not fun.
You know, that's how I used to quilt years and years ago. When these girls were, when I found out I was pregnant, I'd always put like a bunch of little baby quilts on, which were just flannels. I'd just sit there and tie 2 pieces of flannel together, and then I'd tie them or whatever and stuff. And I used to do it all the time. Oh, I just haven't done that in years, and that was.
She did it. I just kind of watched.
Oh, just thinking about it, just struggles.
I can't wait because my sister Katie, Katie in Vegas, we're gonna plan a weekend. She wants to tie new quilts, and we're gonna take my frame in her living room and drink hot chocolate and watch Christmas movies and tie a quilt. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I used to do it all the time. Like,
I actually really liked it. It goes quick.
Yeah.
Like
when the fabric's on sale at Joann, especially your flannels and stuff. I mean, it's just a nice, comfortable blanket. Every year for Christmas, I used to do that for the girls. They'd usually get a blanket.
I loved my Tide quilts. There's
And
nothing
still
like
have
a Tide
mine.
quilt.
I have mine stashed away.
I
They're
have
like stored away as like a keepsake.
I had one that I got years and years when I was a kid that I think
Probably
Grandpa, it was ones that Grandpa started.
I'm not sure.
I swear.
I
think that's the story. Grandpa started them and then he passed away and you guys finished them. That quilt was used to death. I won't throw it away even though it's not usable anymore. But I will always have memories of that quilt.
Yeah, I had two. I remember one was originally Mom's, and I used that thing till it was in holes.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have any batting left in it.
Yeah, and then I had another one that I finally...
somebody had one that the binding, I mean...
Yes, the binding gets
the binding
all torn
was
up.
just all torn up and just ratted, and so I trimmed all the binding off.
It was mine. The one that I hoarded that was yours.
I trimmed it all off and then I rebinded it. And when I do that, I don't hand stitch the binding when it's just something like that. I just put it on the machine.
It's just funny.
I know that Lindsay, before she even met Brandon, she wanted to do a jean quilt. And I didn't have my Barina back then. I just had an old Singer sew machine. And so
we have pictures of us.
So she cut all these jeans, these squares.
Me and Emily
out,
did.
I even sliced my finger.
I think I was 15 or 16 when we started that quilt.
It was huge. And so when she
met
Brandon and got married or was going to get married, I was like, okay, we're going to finish this. So she has a nice jean, she has a quilt. So we tied it. And I went to machine bind it, and it literally practically
killed our machine.
And it's an old machine that's like 80 years old.
Yeah,
an old Singer. Yeah. And oh my gosh, I took it into the shop, and the guy's like, "What were you doing with it?" He's like, "No."
So thick, the quilt.
Yeah.
It is like in shreds
and
now.
Do you still use it?
Oh yeah.
We've
used it every night, and we've been married 14 years.
It's got holes in it.
Fully. But it is heavy, and I love the heaviness. Like, now weighted blankets are all the thing. Well, I had an original weighted blanket. It was that jean made out of so many jeans, and I can, like, pick out the jeans and be like, oh, that was my favorite pair of jeans.
So now when they talk about doing a jean quilt, I just cringe because I'm like going, oh, no, not on my machine.
Yeah, but we're smarter now.
Yeah.
We're smarter now. Like, we left, like, the huge, like, if I should bring it next time up and show you, but... There's we left pockets on there. We left the huge seams. Yeah. So it is crazy.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I have to say though, there's nothing like there's just something about a quilt, man. It just warms. It's like comfort. So
everybody's getting quilts for Christmas.
All of my quilts growing up except the ones that I had to throw away, but it's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's it. Quilting.
All right. So cross stitch wise, we are excited to finally share the next. What are we calling those?
The cottage series, isn't it?
The house. We did the summer house, the autumn house, and this is the winter house. Emily finished it up yesterday.
It turned out adorable.
I'm very proud of that finish.
So, do you want to explain how you finished it?
So, I got the box from a wood shop. It was $6. I painted it white. And I wish I would have stained it first and then painted it because you can't really distress it now. And then I cut out a piece of fabric and glued it on the back. The blue.
It's like a snowflake fabric.
It's really cute. And then I did the brown, which is a Lori Holt. Put it on the, not sticky board, we just use illustration board. And then I did the illustration board with the cross stitch. And then we got these. They're in the Christmas section at Michael's. And I think it was like $4. And I just it was a bigger one. And then I just cut it so it was smaller. Added a bow, a very little bow, and then added a pine cone. And that was it.
So if you're not familiar with the house series, I started with the summer house, and each piece has a house, a quilt next to the house, and then quilt blocks up at the top. So this is the winter house. My mom stitched it on 14 count, hand dyed Ada. We did aqua, I believe.
Did 3 threads.
3 threads. I love it.
Yeah,
it's so cute.
Very wintry.
The quilt is super simple, but I loved it. It's like a little patchwork quilt. So
cute. I love the colors.
The color palette is really wintry, so this is perfect. I decided to do winter rather than like Christmas because I wanted you to be able to like have it out all winter long.
Mm-hmm.
You can have this out till February basically.
So that will be listed below.
Yes.
And we'll be posting about it. And if you haven't followed our Instagram yet, our Primrose Cottage Stitches, it's right below. Please like, because that is where we're going to be posting going forward, all cross stitch. And we have some great things for next year. We are planning, and you guys...
We had a business meeting at lunch yesterday.
We did. We went to lunch and had a business meeting. And
felt so official.
We were like, all right, we're going to do all these things. And
we have some fun, like, club type things we're going to do for next year. So if you're new to stitching, they're going to be perfect for you. Because
we're new stitchers.
Yeah. And then we also, we finished up the Halloween mystery stitch. So this is what it looks like. Let me see.
There you go. Turned out so cute.
Yeah, this isn't my mom's. Mine. I want to do a video. I've been asked to do a video on how we finish, and I'm going to try and do that this week sometime. This one's mine. I didn't do the yellow because when I was putting the kits together for my mom and sisters and aunt and all that, we ran out of the yellow, so I was like, I just won't do the yellow. So mine isn't yellow, but such a fun stitch. If you love Hocus Pocus, you'll recognize this. The purple fancy floss makes a huge difference. It just gives it like dimension, which I love. We did 3 threads on 14 count hand dyed Ada. If you got a kit, we hand dyed your Ada. So it all looks different. Nothing will be the same. We've already seen some finishes. Yeah. And I have a Christmas one designed. Mom stitched it already.
I stitched it over the weekend.
It's very farmhousey Christmas. Rich colors. You guys are going to love it.
You know, what's been nice is we were talking yesterday, and some of the ladies had said that has done this is they've never cross-stitched in their life. Yeah. And they liked doing it because I feel like it's like they're not looking at the whole picture, and it's so overwhelming. They're like going, oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Where she just, like, you know, she released just like the border, and you didn't see everything else. And then she released the words, and it was just a little at a time, so you don't feel overwhelmed. And so the one that she's going to be releasing for the holidays is adorable. I couldn't put it down.
She did it all weekend.
I did it all weekend, got it all done, and it's so adorable.
I ordered all the floss. I had to make some adjustments because there's still floss shortages, you guys.
It's hard.
It's really hard to get big quantities. And we sold out of kits really quickly on that, so we are offering a lot more. The kit will have...
You're gonna want it. Just kidding.
The kit is so cute. Will have fabric, the floss, and so basically you'll be ready to go when we start stitching. I'd like to start it, I'm looking at the calendar.
Hopefully by next month. Right?
Hopefully at beginning of next month is my hope. Yes. It just depends on when we get floss.
Well, we'll probably end up selling them before so you can have it and then start it.
Yeah.
So as soon as we can get the floss, then she can list them. We'll
kit it up.
It's gonna be fun.
So it's really a super fun.
And watch for our video on how we finished. I never ended up finishing mine at girls weekend. I was too busy.
She was instructing everyone.
I was instructing everyone.
Because everyone's a beginner for our family.
That's
pretty
right.
much.
Nobody knew how to glue, and do.
Cut and
So I will do a video on how to finish, and I'll do mine. So
sounds like a plan.
That's our stuff. Now whips and stuff.
We'll just go through our cross stitch, each one of us, and then you can do whips, finishes, all that. You want to start?
Sure, I don't have much. I don't have much.
Okay.
And then sewing.
I'm like in love with her.
I also sewed. I'm
right
working
now.
on a layer cake lattice. I didn't get that out, but I'm almost done with my layer cake lattice. So I've been sewing more
Encourage
than
her to finish. She can do it.
Yeah, you need to.
She's been working on this quilt for
I
like 6 months.
had a question and you couldn't answer, and it bugged me that I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do this. It's gonna take forever.
I think what we need to do, because we work all week on projects for all you guys and everything, and then the weekend comes and we're like, okay, we just want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Well, we just need to sit there and go, no, the weekend is ours to make, or pick a day during the week.
I've loved doing our little sew days.
It is fun.
We
should do one.
Well,
everybody's leaving this weekend. Well, Emily's leaving
I'm
too.
leaving tomorrow.
I'm gonna be alone, and when I'm alone in the studio, I create
disaster.
And it looks like a bomb went off, but I always clean up before she gets back. I'll have to take pictures of because literally I'm a very messy creator. Everything is just out, and anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Em.
Okay, so I'm working on the house, stitching with the housewives. I finished Witch Please.
Love this so much.
I'm sure you all are familiar.
So, what are you using floss-wise?
I am doing it on black 14 count Aida, and I'm using all Orifloss. So I just picked what matched.
It's so bright on that black. I love it.
And I'm doing them in a row, these 3. So now I'm on to Spooky Haunts. I'm almost done. And then lastly will be Basic Witch on the end. And this is what I have so far. And it is so bright, and I just love it so much. It's my first cup I've done of theirs, and they whip up so quickly, and it's that instant gratification.
Do you notice how she's using the boards I made?
Yes.
But I thought that's what we were supposed to use them for.
I'm using a board my mom made.
She made
That's
some
yeah.
Lori
It's
Holt
so
boards.
Cute. I just can't.
Yeah,
and I am a
that is
stitch
cute.
off over here, but I was like, whatever.
I started the
I'm
cat
over
one.
it.
I'm a
I
stitch
can't
off.
do black. It just
Black is hard.
I think the trick is if you have something like this in your lap with a white background, I try and do that. Also, it gets easier as you go.
Yes. And I almost feel for it now. It's like you feel it.
That's what I was thinking. You feel for it rather than look at it as
so
much.
you could be blind and do it.
Probably.
I believe, yeah.
I think the 14 count makes a difference because it is bigger.
If it was smaller,
bigger.
no way.
Yeah.
And then I brought my full finish. I love Fall Most of All by, is it Cherry Hill Stitchery? And I made a pillow. So it's in my hutch. I did it on hand-dyed 14 count Aida. That's all we pretty much use. And I did all called for colors. And I just love how it turned out.
I love it too. That looks like a quick stitch. I could definitely.
Don't look closely at my hand stitched madness on the edges, but it's whatever.
I do not like sewing holes.
You should watch Lori Holt's tutorial on how she finishes her little pillows because she does not do it that way, and it makes the edges look way cleaner.
Okay.
We'll watch the video so you can see.
It does.
So I don't have any new fully finished, but I thought I'd bring this up and share it again because it's just that time of year. I believe this was a heart and hand design. Don't we have a pattern? Don't we have one in stock?
It might have sold. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll look for sure, or have her look and list it if we do. I just love how festive and cute this was. I did a lot of changes because, like the pumpkins had faces, and I just didn't put faces, and I did all my own floss. So I used one of the same things. It's the same kind of thing Emily did on the winter
Yeah.
house.
If you can find a wood shop, they're cheaper. Because we went to Michael's and I was
They
like,
were like
I'm not spending
$15
that.
for something like this. It was ridiculous.
And they were and you said it closed, so now I'm sad.
Yeah, the wood shop, I don't remember what it was called, but it closed, the one that was here. So that's my only fully finish. I do have, I'll just get my little pile out here. So I know I said I was gonna like stop working on Halloween things, but it's like, you guys, I love Halloween, and it's so fun working on Halloween while watching Halloween movies. And I started this, we decided to watch
the board while you talk.
Sleepy Hollow. Not a fan.
Such a wuss.
I hate scary movies.
I don't think it was
like
interesting.
scary.
It's a Tim Burton, so that's why.
I did not enjoy it. I am doing a Stitching with the Housewives Trick or Treat. I got this pattern when I was at Stitcher's Paradise. I just messaged Priscilla because I want to start carrying her patterns in our shop. So hopefully soon you'll see some of these in the shop. I knew I said I wasn't going to start this till next year, but
Why not?
why not?
Here you go.
So I've started on the like candy corn garland. So I'm doing all my white first. And like Emily said, like it's almost like a fill.
You fill it.
Like
yeah.
you fill it. And then once you get going, I feel like it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's 14 count, and I'm using the called for, except the white. I did not get the white they recommended. I'm using an Aura Floss spool because we have a ton. So
I'm telling you, get your little kit together and put your black and white. That's
Yes.
It is such the way to go. I'm so glad I thought of that.
yes. Okay, here. You
Do
put
your
this.
what? Say that again.
You put
So
that on.
like you have the black and white always on hand.
Oh,
Like,
the black and
If
white.
you like a certain brand, what
Yeah.
she's saying is she has a little kit of tools, like her cross-stitch quilt
Yeah.
tools. And she has a black, a white, like her needles, all that.
Me, I just have every Aura Floss color.
she's just
So do I. I've been collecting all the Aura Floss
I
colors.
just love them.
When we get the new website up, I'm going to have Emily list the Aura Floss.
Yeah. because
So
we've
if you
got a
guys
lot.
are interested in buying Aura Floss, it is a little pricey, but you get 18 yards on a spool.
Yeah.
How much is on like a DM?
6.
6 yards.
Okay.
So I finished, well, I have one little
This is
thing
so
left to do on my Lizzie Kate Tiny Tidings.
$159. We have some of those listed in the shop. I don't think we have any of those.
I think I just ordered
Yeah.
some.
I want to do this one. It's so
I'm
cute.
just doing the Merry and Bright. I'm doing it on tea-dyed Ada. There's a little thing right here that I just need to put. It's like holly or something. But that'll be really fast, and I could do that in just a minute. I didn't use the called for because in the picture, some of the letters are like pink, and I wanted it more rustic looking. So I don't have my pattern for this. Last time they laughed at me at my little start on my welcome sign, but look, I finished it.
So cute.
We have these in the
We
shop.
have some of the welcomes in the shop listed.
So the pattern, it comes with 4 designs for like 4 seasons basically. So I started with the fall. I did it on oatmeal 14 count Ada. And as I was stitching, I got so carried away, I didn't realize the letters were different colors. Like they were brown and green. Well, I got so far in, I was like to the L and realized what I had done. So I just did all of it in one color. And then my pumpkins. And in the actual pattern, they do have like a special button you can buy. It's like a charm that goes like up here, I think.
I think that'd be
I
cute.
bet you could even go to Michael's. They have different charms and
Yeah.
things that if you
wanted
put
to.
something on there.
I think that'd be cute in a wreath on your front door.
Oh, that would be really cute. Good idea.
Just like in a wreath, like on the front door. I just think that'd be so cute.
Yeah, so I'm going to start the next one, the winter. I'm going to do them all on the oatmeal because I like how it kind of looks,
just looks
farmhousey.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Here's my little start. Mine isn't as bright. Like, look at, you picked a different orange. I almost want to start mine over and use the orange you used.
Mine's a brighter orange.
I'm starting over.
Classic Lindsay.
Let's put them side by side because I think I like the brighter orange better. Well, you can't tell as much. Plus, I was a stitch off on the cat face and I was like having a hard time like compensating for that. Because sometimes you can like make it work, but I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I'm restarting that one. I'm almost done with this one. This is Happy Harvest by Country Cottage Needleworks.
I love the leaves.
I do too. I'm not doing...
I want to do that one.
So I'm not doing the little vegetables at the bottom.
That's so cute.
I just picked my own colors, but I kind of followed what it looks like. I'm probably going to pick out my roof and change it to the gray that I'm doing the windows. As I was doing it last night, I was really bothered by it, and I don't know, we'll see. But look how cute that is. It's so, like, festive for fall. I don't know how I'll finish it. I got a new tiered tray, and I think, and it's
cute.
Big, and so I think this would be a great piece for that. Started another Halloween project. Well, I was like, I'm going out of town. I want something new to work on. I just ordered some of these for the shop, so if you want to make one, you can. It's Silver Creek samplers. I love text
They
charts.
work up so fast.
And I will say, I worked on this at my in-laws, and so their house is not light. Like, there's not a lot of light. It was very hard because I'm used to having my light just shining down on me, and so I feel for those of you who don't have an light. You should get one.
I like what's in your bag.
What's in my bag? Chapstick. I got pretty far.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
I did that one. It was really fast.
I love this fabric we dyed.
We need to recreate it.
That's what's hard.
It's so hard.
So I'm doing all Orifloss, and I picked my own colors. If you can tell, theirs is a lot like more muted. I went with like a brighter palette.
So cute. I want to do that one.
Doesn't it make you want to do it?
Next year. I'm good.
I decided I'm good stitching Halloween during October. It makes me happy. So I'm going to do it. So yeah, I'm ordering these. I just placed the order today, so we should get them soon. And I think that's all for me. I have designed our holiday stamps. I released one, if you remember, you saw the video, I released one in July, a Christmas one for Christmas in July. I designed one that I'm going to work on this weekend and hopefully finish so you guys can see it next time. All right, Maja.
Okay. I don't have any finishes or that, so other than the one I have to hide from you guys. So I worked on the Frosty Forest that we're doing as a group in our little family.
Stitch along.
I ordered patterns, so if anyone else wants to join in, we talked about this yesterday. Emily's gonna start posting like our progress and do a newsletter. We don't really have a schedule.
We just thought we'd do like one a month.
And so that's what I'm gonna do. And so Emily is going to work on doing a newsletter and sharing our progress. So if you guys want to join along,
and they actually been working up really fast. I've been pretty surprised, and so I've really had fun working on it. I love the little raccoon. I'm in this one. He's so cute.
Go up a little.
I love when it's like has things in there that just makes it look fun and cute.
And then this series has buttons.
Yeah.
So I've ordered all the buttons.
I didn't bring them out.
I
bought all the buttons at the Stitcher's Paradise in Vegas, and for mine, and that because we wanted to see what they all looked like and that, and then to see if Lindsay could order them. So
okay,
so there's that one, and then I showed you this one last week.
This is a heart and hand, and I did order. We had some of these, but they sold out, so I ordered some more. It's called Perfect Snowman,
and
really cute.
Yeah.
My mom is a fan of snowmen, so
yeah,
I specifically got this for her.
She always surprises me. There's always a surprise when she orders stuff. It's nice. I feel loved.
This is a dark.
Yeah.
We must have left this piece in a while.
Yeah. And I liked how it was on the dark and
yeah,
stuff,
it'll show the.
I'm pretty much using all called for except for a couple of pieces that I'm just using Aura Floss and that, but yeah, it's one I've been enjoying doing. I think he just looks like an old college snowman.
It's cute.
I just love his little scarf. So I've got that one. And then anytime Lori Holt comes out with something, I always tell Lindsay, just order it for me.
This is her. Oh my, we have our windows open because it's been so nice, and now you guys get to hear everything. So by Lori Holt.
So cute.
We have some of these in the shop.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's stitching it on what?
I'm stitching it actually on, I think it's
16 or 18.
I think it's 16, and it's not been bad. I'm using all the called for colors of the DMC that she has the options of the DMC or the weeks, and I chose just doing DMC, and I'm just doing the 2 threads because it is on the smaller count.
My aunt is also stitching this, and she's using 1/1 on 25 count Lugana.
Yeah.
Which I just got some in, and I'm gonna try it, and then
it looks so small.
I want to try it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try it.
I like this, and I want to make a pin cushion out of something.
That's a great idea. Take one of the blocks and make a pin cushion.
And do it like on 14 or
But
something.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why, but I struggled on making those scissors. The X's and how they are on slanted.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know.
I need like a pin cushion that's neutral. I'm using my Christmas one
But
right now.
I love doing it all, and
I love the little tomato pin cushions.
Yeah.
So yes,
it'd be cute
like
to
I
do
say, anytime that I'm a big
or make a
Lori
bag.
Holt. I'm a big Lori Holt fan.
I think we need to make some bags.
Yeah.
I'm running low on bags.
Yeah. And then I love this one. I'm gonna die when it's over because it is so freaking cute.
We talked about this a lot last time.
We'll hold it up a little longer. We had some people be like, you didn't show it.
So I've gotten a little further.
Cure de Buttermilk.
We have a lot. We have quite a few of her things in our shop.
She's has a very specific style, and I just
we talked about how it had a dog in it, and so I got far enough that I got to where I could do the dog. It's freaking adorable.
That was a sweater.
I'm just like, oh my gosh, I
love
this
the
one.
trees. They're so cute.
It's just this one is such an adorable pattern. I totally love and enjoy doing this. I'm doing it with 3 threads. It's on 14 Aida, and it's a piece that we dyed, and it's just turned out so
There's so much
cute.
Detail.
Yeah,
I look at it every time and I see something new.
Yeah, I love her patterns. I just absolutely love her patterns. They're just fun. So yeah.
I don't know how you stitch so fast. I'm slow. I have like
I could probably.
I feel like I'm getting faster.
I could stitch all day. I'm actually going to spend a couple days with a really good friend of mine this weekend, and she's like, "Bring your stitching."
We should kit her something up.
Yeah, I need to kit her something.
Let's do that. When this is over.
She just is such a sweetheart, and
she has 1 million dogs, and she visited last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're moving here.
Yeah,
or close to here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Sounds like a mailman's here.
Yeah. So we bark when we get the barking.
Bark at the wind.
Barking police.
Yeah. But anyway, she's moving here, and I'm excited to have a really good friend so close. And
oh my heck, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We might have to pause. They're not. Okay, go shut the window. Anyway, she has five dogs. They're all older. Well, there's a couple that are younger, but
she's got a little
they're
3
so
pound.
cute.
She has a 3 pound Yorkie that's like 15 years old, and I mean I've known.
I held her, and she's so cute.
I've known Kathy for years.
Hey, we'll have to invite her in for a video because she introduced my mom to quilting.
Yeah, she introduced me to the quilting.
She's the beginner. She's the who we have to thank.
And then when Lindsay moved to Richfield, Utah, when she had nothing to do, she just had a baby and she was losing her mind.
I was because for those of you who don't know, Richfield, there's nothing there.
Yeah, she came up to visit me and stuff, and Kathy, she is such a fabric hoarder, if you don't even know, and she just felt bad for Lindsay, and she just started. I mean, by the time we left that house,
my trunk was full of fabric.
Was full of fabric, and literally bags and bags of fabric, and that's what started Lindsay's journey on. And so we will definitely have to bring Kathy.
We'll have her as a special guest sometime.
We'll have to. Oh, she's a sweetheart. I love her to death. And anyway, I'm excited, thrilled, and overjoyed that she's going to be close and do fun things with us. But anyway, last but not least, Lindsay, I'd seen this done at Stitcher's Paradise, and so I told Lindsay, I says, I want this pattern.
Who is it? Birds of a Feather is the pattern company, and it's called Mary Mary. I just ordered more of these because we did sell out.
Yeah. And
it's so cute. Yeah. I definitely want to do this.
I had Lindsay get the colors for me to do what's called for, but after looking at it, I was like, I didn't care for the red. I just was.
She didn't vibe with the red.
I just didn't like the red.
It calls for.
It's called Fire, and it's just
really orangey.
It just has a lot of orange in it, and I love the Orifloss red that I'd been working on something with it, and so I started this yesterday. It's on, what is that called? Oatmeal, the fabric.
The same one I'm using. I love it.
And so well,
you can't see the white very good.
No, you really can't, but I wanted to make sure. I was like, oh, did I get my piece big enough? Because on this, it really didn't say. It just tells you that it's on a 32 count fabric, and the instructions didn't tell me, or help me figure out what to put it on. So anyway, so I did the line across to make sure that I did get enough.
Yeah. It's 105 stitches.
So, but that's how big each of the little blocks are that you see. They're probably like, what, 1.5 inches, maybe? About an inch, yeah. And I just started that yesterday afternoon, and that's how far I got. So it did go pretty fast. And
I want to do that one.
It's so cute.
Yeah. I'm
not gonna lie, the pattern it's just really hard.
It's teeny tiny.
It's very teeny tiny. It's black and white. But
you know what I like to do in cases like this is I'll take my phone and I'll take a picture of the area or your iPad that you're working on.
Oh, good idea.
And then I blow it up.
Oh, I need to do that with my iPad. I could do that on my iPad.
Yeah. Because it's a smaller chart. Like it's smaller because it's just a card.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it for me.
So last time we decided to do 3. Sorry, we got a phone call in the middle of that. My aunt made these cute needle arm thread keeper, chair threader, catcher. They have a cute little pocket. Emily takes hers everywhere.
Everywhere.
I have mine.
She travels with everything.
She really does. So we have 2 of these, and then the Spooktacular Stars kit. So the winner of this one is Sonja Drake. Please email me that you got a thread catcher. And then Barbara Shines. Sorry, I wrote that weird. Barbara S. Shires. You got the red one. And then Stacy Pierpont, you got the Spooktacular Stars kit. So please email me.
Congratulations.
Your shipping address.
So what are we giving away this week? One of these?
Sure. We'll give away a cross stitch pattern, and we'll give away the crisscross paper pattern, and then we'll give away the new winter house pattern. What should they answer? Whoops.
Sorry.
I don't know why we don't think of this beforehand. What are you doing for fall break?
Yeah, it's going to be our fall break.
It's fall break.
The last day
Starts
the kids
today.
are in school.
Yep.
Lucky us. That's why
You guys are
I'm
leaving.
town.
I'm like, I'm the only one gonna be here.
Yeah.
So let's say what we're doing for fall break.
Okay. So I'm going up north to Spanish Fork, Utah, to my best friend's house, and we have been friends since 3rd grade. And I sent her the cross stitch to do for her birthday because it's this month. And she hasn't done it because she just finished her very first one. So I got her to cross stitch. So we're going to
Which one did you send her?
I sent her yours, the Hocus Pocus.
Oh, the Hocus Pocus.
But she found like a free one that she's been doing, and it's Hocus Pocus too. It's like the outlines of the ladies. It's really cute. She's like done with it.
Oh, you have to send a picture to us.
Yeah, so I'm going up there with my son. She has 2 kids, and they've just grown up together, seeing each other, and they're going to play a lot. And they built a brand new park in Spanish Fork, actually.
Yes, I've heard about it.
And it's amazing, and we're going to go. Like, it's huge. And she took videos when she went, and it's, like, massive. So we're going to go to that park. We're going to go swimming, watch movies, cook, and eat, and laugh, and talk. Because that's all we do. So, yeah.
Sounds like a fabulous weekend.
Yeah.
So, we did our kind of fall break last weekend. We went to my in-laws. Charlie had a doctor's appointment with his cleft team. And so, we just kind of chilled at their house. The weather was cool. And, yeah. Our fall break was just chilling with them. So, this weekend, we're taking it easy. And I'm kind of excited about it because I'm a homebody. I love being home.
We asked Hannah what she was most excited about fall break, and she's like, doing nothing.
She is my child. In fact, when we were up there, she and my husband, we came home Saturday night instead of Sunday because both of them wanted to go home. Because they love being home. And I do too. Like, I was fine either way, but
yeah,
we
they
just
text me like at 6 o'clock, and they're like, we're coming home. And I'm like, what?
So we got home around midnight Saturday. There's nothing like sleeping in your own bed, you guys. It's just, Anyway, so this weekend, Avery is going with Emily, and she's going camping with my sister-in-law, and
they live in Spanish Fork too.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
And her cousin Gentry is her age, well, a year younger.
And
they are best friends. They just get along so well. They're so cute together.
Just 2 bossy little kids.
They are, but they play like amazingly. They play so well with each other, and she has a son too, Roy, and he's so cute. He's like a little cowboy. I just love him.
He's our little Roy.
I know. I'm like, they need to come visit soon.
Yeah.
And Brandon, he's been working a lot, so we just decided we're just hanging out, and I plan on, like I said, coming up here, hopefully working on projects for next year that we've planned out, and that's about it. I think I'm gonna try and bake some cookies or something for
cinnamon
fun.
rolls.
Oh, gluten free. I want to try it. I'm going to. It's just I don't want to be disappointed. Okay, Mom.
Like I said, my really good friend Kathy, she's moving here, or we actually live 30 minutes from Mesquite, Nevada, and they have a huge retirement area called Sun Village or Sun Valley or something like that. Sun River. And they just secured a lot and a house to be built there, and her husband's going deer hunting, and they have a great big huge 50-foot RV that they've been staying in and will stay in until their house is built. And she's like, I don't want to be there alone. And so I'm going to go stay with her, and she's going to go show me what her new house is going to look like and where it's going to be. And then if you guys know Nevada, they gamble.
There's a lot of casinos.
A lot of casinos. And that's my favorite thing when I want to just do nothing is I like to go play blackjack and
bingo.
Bingo.
Nice.
I'm an old lady.
I'm ready to sit at the pool.
But like I say, she has like 5 dogs and stuff, and so we'll probably be hanging out, and we're going cross stitch and probably go have some good food and just hang out and laugh and talk and and then the next week she asked me to go to Colorado, so I'm excited about that. So maybe I'll find some good finds in Colorado.
Oh, for sure.
And,
you should hit up the quilt shops and if they have a needle workshop.
Nice.
So coming up, I have had several messages about the Christmas box. I'm hoping to finalize everything in it this week. I'm having a hard time deciding what else to put in it. I've designed a new pattern. It's so cute. We have the fabric for that. I just need to finalize a few other things.
The Christmas box is always, well, the one we did last year, it's a little bit more money.
Sold out.
We sold out really fast, and
we had 2 kits in there.
Yeah, 2 full kits in there.
I'd like to do something like that again, so
we're working on it.
Stay tuned for that. Anything else coming up?
No.
I think that's it.
Just
so
like, subscribe, share.
Have a good fall weekend.
Enjoy the nice fall weather, the autumn leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.